So Eliezer, the loyal servant of Abraham, Avraham, arrives in Avraham's old hometown to look for a bride for Avraham's son Isaac, Yitzchak. He devises a test to figure out who's the right woman for Yitzchak. He says, whichever young woman shows up at the well and offers water to me and to all of my master's camels that I brought along with me on the trip, she's the right person to be the bride of Yitzchak. No sooner does he finish stating the parameters of the test than Rivka, shows up at the well, and she passes the test with flying colors. She not only offers water to him and to the camels, but she brings all that water. People have done the calculation. For his 10 camels that he had brought along, she must have dragged over 200 gallons of water. The next passage strangely tells us that Eliezer was wondering whether God had granted him success on his journey. But what's he wondering about? She passed the test. The classic answer is that he's still wondering whether or not she's a member of Abraham's extended family, because that was the condition that Abraham had given him for a wife for Yitzchak. But the problem is that if you look at the next passage, we're told that when the camels finished drinking, Eliezer took the betrothal gifts and started giving them to her before he even confirmed which family she was from. Some commentators explain that he was confident that any woman who had just passed this test, a test that could have only be passed by someone of sterling character traits and generosity, must be from the extended family of Abraham. But still, how does that explain why we needed to know that the camels finished drinking? The Torah never tells us anything that's extraneous or superfluous. So I heard an explanation once that I've always loved. To understand it, you need to know two things. Number one, the Talmud tells us that the animals of a tzaddik, of a righteous person, will not steal. Now that statement shouldn't be surprising to us because we've all seen instances of pets that look like their owners or who act like their owners. But then the Talmud asks, if that's true, why did Abraham have to muzzle his animals? And the Talmud answers, because if the animals of a righteous person are very thirsty or very hungry, then they will steal. After all, they're animals. Number two, there's a halacha, a Jewish law, that states that if you pressure someone into giving you something and they don't want to give it to you and you take it, that's considered theft.
You want to finish that?
What do you want? Say the words.
No,
Say the words. I want the roast beef sandwich. Say the words and I'll give you a piece.
If I wanted it, wouldn't I ask you?
Then ask.
If you want to give him the sandwich, give him the sandwich. If you don't want to give him the sandwich, don't.
I don't
just
want to give him
it.
the...
I don't like it.
I'll take the sandwich.
No,
Okay?
don't.
Fine, I'll take the sandwich.
Cup
You
of
want
coffee,
this?
that's it.
No.
You want this?
I don't want it.
Fine, I do.
I can't believe you're eating this, you know.
Now let's plug those two items into our story. Eliezer thinks that she passed the test, but he's not sure because he doesn't know what was really motivating Rivka. Maybe she dragged all those gallons of water because she's incredibly generous and she's the right person for Yitzchak. Or maybe her father and her brother told her, whenever somebody new shows up at the well, give them as much water as they want for them and for their animals, butter them up. And if they have any money, if it looks like they're wealthy, let us know so that we can head over there to take advantage of them. So maybe the whole time she was dragging all those gallons of water, she was muttering under her breath, I can't believe my father and brother make me do this. And look at this good-for-nothing guy, not even lifting a hand while I'm dragging hundreds of gallons of water for his camels. So how's he supposed to know? Well, he's in luck. Because those camels belong to his master, to Abraham, who's a tzaddik. Those camels won't drink the water if she didn't give it generously, if she didn't want to bring the water, because that would be theft, unless they're very thirsty. So he starts watching the camels. They start drinking. That doesn't tell him anything. Maybe they're thirsty. They would steal when they're thirsty. But they finish drinking. Camels drink way past the point of quenching their thirst. If those camels finish drinking, it means that they drank past the point at which they were thirsty, which means that they would not have stolen, which means that she must have given the water generously, and she is the right person to marry Yitzchak. And what I've always loved about that explanation is that it shows the interconnectedness of the Torah and the Talmud and Jewish law. It's not just that they're a seamless web, it's that they're bottomless. You could spend an entire lifetime plumbing the depths of the Torah and the Talmud and still only scratch the surface. There's always something new to learn.